it's Christmas. So the idea that we'll be home at Christmas, everybody understood it was just a very big lie. And they were standing there in the middle of nowhere, having Christmas in the trenches. I think that's the main reason why Christmas 1914 became so important. The idea that it would be a very, very long war. The idea that they were standing right there, not with their family, but just standing there having a job to kill somebody on the other side that they have no idea who they are dealing with. And then you have in several places like German soldiers started to sing Christmas songs.
The Christmas Truce also shows us a phenomena that goes far beyond the First World War and even far beyond 20th century wars, and that is despite even in the most dreadful of situations. I mean, being in a trench is being in a ditch 2 meters wide perhaps, and 6 feet deep if you were lucky, up to your thighs sometimes in the mud for 4 days on end, with hardly any food. I mean, really man living like an animal. And yet in these circumstances, in the most dreadful of circumstances, you see that humanity gets the upper hand. So it's a very hopeful, it's really a message of hope. And not only a message of hope, it's a proof that sometimes humanity can conquer the most evil of circumstances. And that's a message, it's a significance that go far beyond the context of the First World War.
I wanted to read the notes of a Belgian soldier who was during the Christmas truce on the Iser front. Now I'm going to tell you something you will think it's incredible, but I give you my word it's true. At dawn, the Germans displayed a placard over the trenches on which was written Merry Christmas. And then, leaving the trenches unarmed, they advanced towards us, singing and shouting. No one fired. We also left our trenches, and separated from each other only by the half-frozen Iser, we exchanged presents, tobacco. They gave us cigars, and we threw them some chocolates. Unlikely indeed, but true. I saw it, but thought I was dreaming. Was it not splendid? Think you we were wrong? It is said we ought to have fired, but would it not been bastardly? And then, why kill one another on such a festival day?
And it's not just a show, you know, you really get to know the people thinking, how did we really do this? How did you get to the point where they were just, the hated Hun or something? And it's just talk, you get to know people. Hey, they're just like us. You got kids as well? I got kids. It's just down the human basic level, really.
In many testimonies you can hear that it was for the first time they had the idea that they were a real human being on the other side, because the propaganda told them that the man on the other side was an evil animal, a bastard, whatever. It was very, very evil. You had to kill it. And then you had that confrontation of people singing Christmas songs on the other side, and then coming together, and then having that confrontation with a real human being made Christmas 1914 so special.
This short period is a period of quiet humanity in the middle of the war.
We're inspired by the Christmas Truce of 1914 and the decision that many soldiers made to see the other side as people. And when we recognize humanity that way, really powerful things can happen. So our idea behind the Christmas Truce and behind our Declare Your Truce project coming from the Reconciliation Project is for people to examine their own lives. And we all have wars in our own lives, whether they're large scale or small scale, and to consider what can be done personally in declaring our own personal truces. Maybe there's someone in your life that you haven't talked to in a while. Maybe you have an estranged family member. Maybe there's a neighbor that you haven't met yet. What can you do personally to reach out to that person and provide opportunities not only for yourself but for others to recognize people's humanity? When we see people as people, we recognize that they have needs and that they have hopes and that they have fears just like we do. And we recognize that we count the same way. And this is something that happened that night during the Christmas truce.
Whatever happens, how horrible it is, people will always be people. and one moment they realize that they're not better than the other ones. And if you realize that, then you can have a discussion and end conflicts. But if one thinks he's better or different than another one, then conflicts and things like war will continue.
Joyeux Noël!
Merry Christmas.
Joyeux Noël!
Flourish von Harten. Joyeux Noël!
Merry Christmas.